I've got your energy stories for the first week of November 2023. And in the first one, advanced geothermal company Eavor Technologies announced a $182 million fundraise. Among other efforts, that round should help support development of a geothermal-based microgrid announced last month for the U.S. Air Force Joint Base San Antonio, Texas, a project meant to ensure mission readiness in the event of grid disruptions. Well, the Biden administration is engaged in talks with solar companies and nonprofits relating to awards up to $44 million for rooftop solar and battery storage systems in Puerto Rico. And on the east coast of the United States, Dominion Energy said it expects to be able to generate electricity from its $9.8 billion, 2.6 gigawatt coastal Virginia wind farm for $77 a megawatt hour. That's down from earlier estimates of between $80 and $90 a megawatt hour. The project, scheduled to start construction next year, largely avoided the pitfalls besetting other developers because it originated supply deals for turbines in 2021 before the industry got smacked with supply chain and inflation woes. In addition, it's developing its own installation vessel, further managing costs. Meanwhile, Ørsted was not so lucky and just announced cancellation of its two New Jersey Ocean 1 and 2 projects totaling over 2.2 gigawatts. The company will recognize impairments of about $4 billion over the first 9 months of this year. It said it still plans on moving forward with its 704 megawatt Revolution Wind project in Connecticut and Rhode Island. And speaking of Connecticut, the state just released 2 RFPs for zero carbon power, with one specifying 2 gigawatts of additional offshore wind, one to keep an eye on. Switching to solar, Tesla's Austin, Texas Gigafactory will soon boast 30 megawatts of rooftop solar arrays with 70,000 panels. It will be the largest on the planet, and officials say 10 megawatts are already installed. That's the good news for solar. The bad news is that Reuters reports that although U.S. companies have trumpeted plans to construct over 30 solar factories since the IRA was passed last year, stimulating as much as $10 billion in investment, as many as half of those may soon be delayed or canceled. This is a consequence of a big decline in imported panel prices resulting from recent huge growth in Asian manufacturing capacity. Imports have increased over the past year from $4 billion to about $10 billion, according to the U.S. International Trade Commission. Moving to transportation, BMW executives said that their new 6th-generation Neue Klasse battery tech may be better than Tesla's by 2025. BMW is migrating to cylindrical cells, the same shape used by Tesla, but they'll have increased density and range and form factors slightly larger than Tesla's 4680 cells, with higher nickel and lower cobalt content in the cathode and increased silicon content in the anode. Toyota, for its part, may be moving away from its passenger fuel cell car Mirai and switching its H2 strategy to trucks. It said adoption of the Mirai has been slow, partly due to the challenge of setting up H2 fueling stations. In this country, there are only 57 such stations, and all of them are in California. In the meantime, it's amplifying its investment in its North Carolina battery factory, adding another $8 billion and bringing the total financial support to $13.9 billion. Production lines will be increased from 2 to 10, with total annual output of 30 gigawatt hours by 2030. And finally, Volvo is launching its Volvo Cars Energy Solutions, offering energy storage and charging-related technologies and services, including vehicle-to-grid. Its flagship EX90 SUV will have all the necessary hardware and software for bidirectional charging and direct energy storage from solar. The company says its engineers have calculated that the total battery capacity of its Volvo fleet will reach around 50 gigawatt hours by mid-decade, with energy consumption that is flexible and can be moved in time via smart charging. With 90% of all daily drives at less than 20 kilowatt hours, Volvo says, quote, "This means there is ample spare battery capacity left that can be used for other purposes, with the possibility of both financial benefits for our customers and significant climate benefits," unquote. Well, that's all for this week. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next week.